Hello, I'm Adrian Ortega, and this is Luke Perkins, and today he will be my student. And today we will learn how to play the cello and several other things I'm going to teach Luke. Bow hold techniques, posture, um, correct posture, the names of the strings, and how to tune. So let's get started. First things first. Before you play the cello, you have to get it out of its case, obviously. What's very important about the cello before you get it out is that you want to pull out the bow first because it's super delicate. If you were to get the cello out before you were to pull out the bow, then um, the bow would it would break or it would obviously it would damage the bow or the hairs, and so it's smart that we pull the bow out first and put it on our stand. And if you look right here, the hair's loose. The reason the hair's loose on the bow is because most players loosen the bow hair after they play so that none of the hairs will unwind or pop off. Like the snap. So you want to tighten this, of course, when you play it again. So if you look at that, you can see the tension right there. And here in a little bit, you're gonna be able to bounce it on the bow because of how the tension. Anyways, next step is to actually pull out the cello itself. You want to be really careful, really considerate of when you're pulling out the cello, not to let the case rub against the strings, and be very careful about the pegs, because if the case were to move one of the pegs, it would obviously mess with your tuning. So let's go ahead and get started. So you want to make sure the bottom is uncovered first, so you're able to bring it out nice and easy. You have to slide out. Okay. And if you could hold this finger, what you want to do is put your left hand right around here, okay?
Like this?
Yes, sir. Like that. And
Are my feet out right? Good.
yes, sir. So like, always have your feet flat on the floor in front of you. Give me just a second. So after you pull it out of its case, you want to leave the case out of the picture for ensemble rehearsal. And so, if you don't mind, may I see the cello? When setting up the cello, you want to pull out the end pin, which is this little thing right here. You have to loosen it because it was tightened when it was put away in its case. So you want to pull it out, and it's very important to adjust this where the peg is left of your cheek, or left of your face, and the edge of the cello is hugging your thighs. And so, since I'm a little short, I'm gonna put this right here. I think that's about a good height for me. And let me show you exactly where. So I'll put this right here. I think I might have. Oh no, that's fine. And so I'm gonna let this this part of the cello, the back of this area right here, I'm gonna let it rest on the left side of my chest. And this right here is gonna be on the left side of my face.
And what is this part called?
This part is, these are pegs right here. It helps with the tuning. This whole part right here This is a scroll. This whole top part right here is a scroll. So you want the scroll on the left side of your face, excuse me. And so once you have it right there, you want to make sure your thighs are hugging the side of the cello. The edge of the cello, the pointy parts, when they touch your thighs, they're known as bee stings. And bee stings are good to have. And so, with that being said, Luke, I'm going to give you this cello right here, and I want you to adjust the end pin to fit your height.
Maybe a little higher. So I go up like this, right?
And set it up on your lap. And you could loosen this right here.
Loosen it by.
Let you loosen. Yeah, there we go.
Right. Oh, I see.
And you want to pull out a little bit. How much do you think?
About that.
Okay, sweet.
And then tighten it.
Alright. Now just like that. And lean it against your chest.
So this.
Yes, that looks good.
Okay.
Yeah, very good, Luke. Sweet, yes. You look good. Yeah, you look ready for. Okay. And let's go ahead and move on to bow hold. Okay. Actually, no, I changed my mind. Let me teach you the names of these strings. Okay. So let me turn to this page right here. Let me just look.
So there are how many strings in cello?
There's 4 strings, and the string names. The highest note is A. Sorry, you're not supposed to touch it right there. Actually, pluck it up here. I want you to pluck the first note from here, okay? And make sure you're not pressing down with these fingers. Okay.
So
The first note, the smallest string on the far left side, is an A. Okay. The next note is a D. The next open string is a G. And the last open string is a C. Yeah. And I had tuned these previously. When tuning these, it's very important to tune by yourself and then all together with the ensemble. So when you tune by yourself, it's very important to make sure the pegs are in the right place. You don't usually mess with those unless you're completely retuning your instrument. But if you look right here under the bridge, you'll see these are fine tuners right here for each instrument. And if you turn them to the right or left, depending, it'll make it either sharp or flatter.
I did not know that.
For each string. And so when you're tuning, you could just play your note and then just slowly just tune it, and you'll hear the pitch change. Okay. And so let me teach you the first right hand technique for a bow hold. What you want to do is imagine a straw in your hand and the pads of the bottom of each finger, okay? And then I want you to hold the straw with this part of your finger and grip it right there and just relax your fingers and let them drop. That's how you want to hold the bow. And so if you look right here, how you hold a bow is you want to put your pinky right there. You want to put your index finger somewhere along this metal part right here, that's what it's for. Then I want you to put your middle finger either on the bow hair or around that area. Uh, so usually it's not okay to touch anywhere of the bow hair except for this part right here where the middle finger touches the very bottom of the bow right here. And so I'm gonna put your finger right there, and then your excuse me your ring finger just across this dot right here. Then your pinky around this last little joint right there. And right there, you want to be able to have your fingers relax right there. And so what I want you to do now is want you to hold this. Would you like me to hold it? Mm-hmm. Put this right there. This across, yeah. And then this right there. Oh, it's good. Pinky? Got the pinky? Got the ring? Yep. Yes! Excuse me. Yes, exactly. Okay. And just be sure that it's a relaxed feeling. It shouldn't be any kinds of uncomfortable. Does that feel relaxed to you?
This is a little more relaxed right there.
Right there? Yes, that looks so good. That looks so good. Just be sure to watch your index finger not to touch the bow.
Is the thumb supposed to be there?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Is it a little weird right there?
That's a little weird.
It's because that end is gonna be balancing on the strings right here, and so there's not gonna be as much weight as you feel on your thumb right now, because you're literally holding the bowl.
Yeah.
That's all. So if you don't mind, you mind if I see the ball?
Here you go.
So when you play, you can have this side. You have this side balance on this side here, and this is obviously a little too big for me. But you just want to kind of like a parallel with the string. I'm so sorry about that. And you want to drag it across when you play. And also, there's three things that are important for bow strokes: pressure, speed, and attack. Those three things determine your dynamics and other things like if you attack it at a wrong angle, it could make the pitch sharp or flatter, depending on what you did. So what I want to teach you is how to properly do a bow stroke. So this is this is when you start on the bottom of the bow right here, and you bow up to the edge of this right here. And you just want to like, you want to bow across it. I'm so sorry. A nice, smooth, steady pace. And then all the way to the edge. And then this is called a down bow, is when you bow down. And what this is just one. If you listen during my bow strokes, while I'm in the middle of bowling, I understand what speed is necessary to keep a steady pitch. The attack is very important because it determines whether you hit your pitch immediately. So be sure to attack. The pressure is very important the entire time you're pulling the bow across the strings. So with that being said, I want to teach you how to play some notes on the cello. So what you want to do, the first left hand technique I want you to do is to place finger 1, 2, 3, and 4. This is 3, your ring finger, and 4 is your pinky. And so finger 2 is not used very often, but if you look on this cello right here, it has 3 pieces of tape across, and this is where you're supposed to put your fingerings at, okay? And so 1 goes right there, 2 goes in between the tape, 3 goes on the tape, and 4 goes on the tape. And then there's a golden tape, but that's for advanced players, so maybe later. So I want to explain that the higher the fingering, the higher the note for each string, and it changes the note for sure. And if you were to play the cello by plucking, you would go right here and you pluck with either your index finger or your ring or your middle finger, excuse me, and you'd pluck it up here rather than right here by the bridge, because above the bridge is for the hair only. If your oils will affect the attack of the bow. So you want to pluck right here. So if you watch me right here, you pluck. And that's how you get your notes with the different fingerings. Here's this right here, and I would like you to try. Oh yeah. Go ahead and hold. Show me a bow hold. Just. Sweet. That looks good. Okay. And be sure to drag it across with proper pressure. Okay. So yes, finger 1 goes right there, 2 is in between, but you don't use 2 often as a beginner. Finger 3 goes on the blue tape, and finger 4 goes on that last tape. And drag it across to play your note. And yes, yes. So you can obviously feel like what it takes to produce a sound, and so it's very important. I want you to do a bow stroke. I want you to focus on the pressure of it. Okay, so go ahead. Be sure when you bow that it's kind of more flat like that. Yeah, do it straight across. Go ahead.
So go up like this.
Go across, like straight. Yeah, you feel there's like a silver line with it. Good. And so you understand the pressure and the attack and the speed of the bow is all very important when it comes to articulating on the cello. It's very important to play right here above the bridge because that's where you can get your best sounds at. And with that being said, thank you, Luke, for